Hello and welcome to episode 24 of Sunday's Perfect Podcast. I'm Angie, also known as Sundaisy920. This is Leo, also known as the cutest cat in the world. Welcome all returning viewers, and thank you for welcome all returning viewers. Thank you for joining me, and if you're new, thank you for checking me out, and welcome to you also. And today, I don't have a lot of knitting. I do have a couple things on my claws. I have a little scratching post news, I have a couple purrs, and then of course in the sun patch is Hope with the latest on Miss Hopey Dope. So let's get going. Alrighty, first, if you probably noticed that I'm in a different location, I'll get more into it, but Hope can't do a lot of jumping, so I have to keep the room to the door that leads in to the bedroom area, whatever, closed, and I would have to go into the closed part of the house, and I didn't want to leave her out here unattended, so I'm in the living room. So anyway, so scratching post news, I want to remind everyone we have the Christmas cow going on, and that is through the end of the month, and then starting in January is the Challenge Yourself cow, and all that is, if you're going to basically try something you've never tried, that you wanted to, that you've kind of been scared to or whatever, and if it's for spinning, weaving, knitting, crocheting, so whatever. I'm going to be tackling a sweater, so that's my challenge myself goal. So that's one of mine over. That's caramel is wound up, but so that's what's going on next month. So that's all the news in the scratching post. So let's get to the knitting. Alrighty, as you can imagine, with Hope, I haven't had, I wouldn't say I haven't had a lot of time, I just haven't felt like knitting a lot. And this week, I didn't get much done. I have nothing off my claws. I just have two things I worked on this week. And the first is my stripy sock. And I got a little bit done. So, and this is in Dancing Dog Dye Works, and I can't remember the name of the colorway, but it's on my project page. So. And yeah, so just did a little on my sock, and then the other thing that I'm trying to get through is the hat I'm knitting for my brother for Christmas. And I knit my dad's in 2 nights. It's taken, I think I started it last Saturday, and I got like it cast on and just like maybe 20 stitches done, and I ended up falling asleep. And then I picked it up, I think Sunday, and worked on it for a little bit. And yeah, it's not going fast, although it should, but I have got a lot done. I have got this, this is, I think I forgot to tell y'all when I showed y'all my dad's hat. It's called the Fisher Cable Hat by Lindsay Felice, and it's a free pattern on. And here's a picture of it. Kind of see. The cables around the ribbing, and it's a very easy. Normally goes very quickly. But yeah, I'm using Dancing Dog Dye. I'm using No Makers in the Lone Ranger colorway, and this is her Oh, it's worsted weight. It is her squishy gnome base. And I just finished. Stuff popping up. I just finished. I'm just at the decreases for the hat. So I got a lot done. Might took me a week, but and there's the can't really see the ribbon, the cables, but so hopefully my brother will like it. And that is all I got done. So yeah, the Christmas knitting is not going as planned. So that's all the knitting. I know, not much. So let's go to Parker's. Alrighty, purrs. Got somebody wanting to cuddle. I don't have a lot of purchases, but I did get a Fuji kit finally from what's it called? Knitter's Nightmare, and it comes with a little candle, little Fuji on it. Focus, she's so cute. There you go. And it smells like green apples. It's really, really good. So, it comes with a little candle, and of course, the awesome yarn called Fuji's Apples. Knitter's Nightmare. And it's so pretty. Like kind of reds and kind of pinks and greens and white. Can't wait to knit it. And then it also came with a pattern, which I think is in the other room. That I think her name is Sadie, if I get it right. The owner of Knitter's Nightmare, she designed a sock pattern to go with it. And then I guess that was it, right? I think that's all. So, like my yarn. Oh, this is on her baddie sock. It's 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. And it's 400 yards. So. And then the other thing I got this week was, I was in a swap. And I got my package this week. And I got a really cute little, I can say elephant, owl, so cute, and some candy, which is gone, and some gingerbread chapstick, and a little grocery lister, which always comes in handy, and a little pad of paper and a pen, which will come in handy at work. That's everything I got. And then the only other thing I thought I would share is that me and my husband went and saw Catching Fire, and it was like really, really good. And after it ended, I've never read any of the books because I'm always behind on that kind of stuff. Like, I never read any of the Harry Potter movies until after me and my husband got married, and I think all of them were out except for maybe one or two, I think. So yeah, I'm always behind. I just didn't like the Twilight series. I'm sorry. I know a lot of y'all love it, but I didn't care for it. It was just too sappy. And I didn't care for the movies either. But anyway, Catching Fire was really good. And after it ended, oh, it's Jake. You know, it ends, and then since it's the third book in the second book in the series, you know, it kind of ends, and you have a lot of questions. And I was like, I have got to read the next book, but I wanted to read Catching Fire first, because you know, in a movie, you know, in the book, there's always more stuff than they put in the movie. So I am about finished with Catching Fire, and then I'm going to listen to Mockingjay on Audible, and I'll let y'all know how I like that. It'll be the first book I'll really listen to on Audible, so I'm looking forward to that. So that's about Carmel. He's like attacking things. So yeah, that's all really the purrs I have. I know, but yeah. So I guess we will go to the sun patch and hear about Miss Hopey Dope. Alrighty, in the sun patch. Woo. Even though it's been a week, so much has happened that if I repeat myself, I do apologize. But I can't really remember. I think I remember, so hopefully I won't repeat myself. But last Friday, I don't know what the date was, but whatever it was, it's when I did my podcast, and she seemed to be doing okay. I mean, she was, okay, but nothing, she was okay. But then as the evening or afternoon progressed, I noticed that she got where she wasn't wanting to lay down. And I thought, well, that's a little odd. And at first I thought it was because I was doing stuff around the house. And I thought, well, if I go sit down, then maybe she'll settle down. Well, I did, and usually she will. And she didn't. And she would like sit down for a minute and just get right back up. And then I noticed her breathing looked really weird. So long story short, when by the time my husband got home, her breathing wasn't that good. I mean, she was like, it was like you could just really see it. And so we took her to the emergency vet, and she ended up having fluid on her lungs. So they drained it, sent her home, and thought, well, she should get through the weekend and, till y'all get her back to the specialist on Monday. Well, she was a good Saturday until, of course, 7, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, something, I don't know, it was late. And she started getting where she wouldn't lay down again. So, another trip to the emergency clinic, and sure enough, she had more fluid on her lungs, so they drained it, and they got like a liter off of like each side, both times, I think. Both days, so that's like 4 liters. So, and then they were like really concerned about, where is this fluid coming from and what's going on. And so they did an x-ray. Well, they found the fluid by doing the x-ray. And she had blood tests done and some kind of test to check the oxygen level, which was thankfully okay. So, because they were afraid she was going to have like oxygen therapy or something. But so we come home Saturday and she crashes, and I thank the dear Lord, Sunday she got through the day okay, and we got her up to the specialist on Monday, and they wanted to keep her overnight, just, so they could figure out, since, we have to drive so far, that way they can just, because they were busy that day and they were just fitting her in, so that way, when they have time, they can just look at her and do whatever. Well, turns out that first we thought they did an x-ray and they thought like one of her lungs wasn't working, like the whole thing, and that they were going to have to remove the whole entire lung. So thankfully when they get in there, it's just one lobe, and it had gotten twisted somehow, and it had the blood flow had gotten cut off from it, so it had died, and that's what was causing the fluid. So they removed that one lobe, and she is doing really great. She stayed there. We took her Monday, and we just picked her up yesterday, which was Friday. So she stayed there the week, and she is like a whole, like her old self when we picked her up. I mean, her tail was up. She wanted to chase a squirrel she saw in the parking lot. She's eating like anything and everything you put down in front of her, which is what she usually did, but for a while she was hardly eating anything. She wants to play with her toys, but she can't because for the next 10 to 12 days we have to keep her. They said, she basically needs to be a lazy dog. No playing, no running, no jumping. So, yeah, when we take her out, we have to take her out on a leash so she doesn't, see something and take off. Because they're afraid. I mean, the vet did say she's being overly cautious, but, yeah, Leo. But, because if she could, with running and jumping and everything, there's a chance that she could, rupture something and that it would kill her. So, yeah, I think we're going to keep her calm. So, but she's doing, like, really good today. Like I said, she's, like, her old self again. You can tell she feels so much better. And, so hopefully we're past all that. And, we go back to the specialist for just a checkup, I think the 23rd. So, hopefully then she will be able to be released and get to be her wild, crazy self again. But right now she's still got a lot of healing to do. So, but she's doing really, really good, and I think everyone that prayed for her, sent love, support, whatever, I really, really appreciate it because it was very scary there for a while. We didn't know if she was gonna get through it all. So thank you for that. And I guess that's about it. Oh, just earlier today I did notice something out front, and I was like, is that dogs? And then I looked, and there were 5 wild turkeys in my front yard, so that was interesting. And the cat, Luke, he jumped up in the window and started chattering like he thought he was gonna. He's like, let me get one. I'm like, I don't think so. But yeah, other than that, not a lot's been going on around here. I've just been worried about Hope and glad to have her home and well, and hopefully my knitting will get back on track. So I guess that's about it. This is probably seriously, I think this is probably the shortest episode ever. But I would show y'all Hope, but she's napping right now, so I don't want to bother. So anyway, thank you all for everything, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.